it still remains a mystery. We all love ourselves more than others, yet care more about their opinion than our own, Marcus Aurelius writes in Meditations. You can't waste your time thinking about what other people are doing or saying, unless it impacts the common good, Marcus Aurelius continues. He says that, because when your mind is focused on what other people think about you, by definition, you are not thinking about your goals, your aspirations, the people you love, and how you can make a difference in this world, all of which you actually control. And this is a critical Stoic lesson. We control our actions and choices, but don't control what other people think and say about us. Spending your whole life caring about others' opinions, even if these people are people you don't like, will make you miserable and torture you endlessly. You will become a prisoner to someone's idea of you, and the irony is that you will be the one causing this. It will be your own fault. You will have chosen this for yourself. Toward the end of this video, you'll understand how you can reduce people's criticism to almost zero by not caring. But first, you have to understand that even if you do everything right, people will still find something to criticize about you. Socrates changed the mindset of his citizens and made the world a better place, but Athenians killed him. Mahatma Gandhi tried to free his country, but people killed him. Jesus tried to save the world, but people killed him. Marcus Aurelius could not be excluded from this list. He faced extreme criticism and hate for his choices as a Roman emperor, even though he was a great person. The reason? He was too kind and honest, something Rome's corrupt officials hated. He knew that when he was lying on his deathbed, ready to live life, some people were wishing for it. That's why he said that no matter how good you've done, there will always be some who rejoice in your upcoming death. Thanks to his Stoic training, Marcus had learned to look inside their soul and see what sort of people they were. He said it's stupid to care about the opinion of people you wouldn't even consider getting advice from. It's kind of insane if you think about it. Instead, here's a powerful mindset shift for you. Let others worry about what they are going to say about you. Marcus Aurelius' point was that too often we blindly accept what haters throw at us, without stopping to actually examine who these haters actually are. You wouldn't take driving advice from a bad driver, life advice from a criminal, or financial opinion from someone who gambles. If you can give better examples, I'd like to see your comments down below. If you want to stop caring what other people think, take a second and actually look at those people. Do they really value virtue? Is their life balanced? Have they really solved their own problems that they have so much time to preoccupy their minds with your own life? You'll quickly find that there isn't much to be worried about, that you're doing just fine. I still remember when a colleague started listing all the reasons why I wouldn't succeed in sales. After his rage was over, I smiled and told him, "It seems that you have so much free time that you took some time to think about my life too. Thanks." He left without uttering a single word. By the way, if this video has helped you so far, please drop a like to this video so we can help more people. All the Stoics agreed that caring about what other people think of you would prevent you from doing anything useful. And the most useful thing a Stoic can do is be themselves. What we truly are can never be put into words. If you are constantly dwelling on other people's opinions, on other people's success, on whether you're good enough for your partner, it will 100% diminish your capability of doing good work and becoming a complete human being. You risk starting to live someone else's life instead of yours. A terrifying thing to say the least. Understand, your human brain can only hold one thought at a time. If your brain's bandwidth is 100, and then someone said something mean to you on Twitter and you read that and responded, you're going back and forth. Now how much do you have? I bet you got about 30 is gone. 30% is just dedicated to this thing. Whatever work you are actually trying to do is greatly diminished because you don't have the focus. Sometimes because of issues from our childhood, things we're struggling with, maybe just we're going through a hard time, we can get in a bad or even a dangerous feedback loop. But the same is true for others. Most of the times, their behavior toward you stem from insecurities, envy, or childhood issues. They are projecting their problems onto you, but you are not the issue. Stay away from these people. Remember, as long as we're attached to what other people think of us, we will always be what people want us to be rather than being ourselves. On another passage in Meditations, Marcus says to himself, "Tranquility comes when you stop caring what other people say and think, and start caring only about what you do and say and think of yourself." But before we explore this powerful Stoic paradox, let's look at a life's sad truth. Sometimes we're telling ourselves that people don't like us, but if we actually look at their behavior, they actually do like us. Or if we actually ask them, they would say that they do. We make these assumptions, and these assumptions, it turns out, are really based on nothing. It's just our mind playing tricks on us. So we have to put that impression up to the test. We have to ask ourselves, is this actually true? What evidence do I have for it? And this should help us from falling prey to false impressions, false beliefs, false assumptions. Let's go to what's true, not what our mind made up in a moment of weakness or doubt or confusion. For more Stoic wisdom on overcoming self-doubt, subscribe to our newsletter in the description. Thank you. People laughed at Epictetus when he tried to free himself through education. He attended a Stoic philosopher's lectures, trying to convert his mind into a fortress. He paid for these lessons through the little money he had saved by helping his master, a cruel master, who some years earlier had broken his leg with his own hands. The other students and slaves criticized Epictetus for being poor, for wearing dirty clothes, for not having met his family, for being alone. They thought he was a fool for thinking he could free himself. It must have been really hard for him, trying to change the tragic life he had not chosen, while having all these naysayers. Yet, despite these people's cruel opinions, Epictetus persevered, freed himself, left Rome, and opened his own school in Nicopolis, Greece. Do you want to hear the funniest part? Those people who once criticized him were now sending their kids in his school to gain some of this great man's wisdom. That's why Epictetus used to tell his students, if you wish to improve, if you wish to become good at something, you must be content to be seen as stupid or foolish. And if you stick to your principles and goals, he said, those very people who once criticized you will then admire you. We said that what others think about you is not under your control, but the truth is you can actually influence their opinions. And no, stressing about their opinions doesn't influence it. You can only do this by focusing on the opinion you have for yourself. This is a powerful Stoic concept and one of Stoicism's paradoxes. By earning the respect of yourself, you will slowly start earning the respect of those around you. It's like fear. The more you reveal your weakness, the more people will want to hurt you. In the same way, the more you show you are vulnerable to insults, people will step on you and make you suffer. But if you know you are and what you stand for, and by putting limits on others' behavior, those around you will sense it and their behavior will change. But it starts with you, by showing indifference to what makes no difference. Understand, holding yourself to a certain standard, having a certain character, and knowing your worth and value shows true confidence and self-reliance, and makes you worthy of respect. The Stoics said to be yourself, because if you try to be like everyone else in order to become liked, who is going to be you? Realize this powerful truth. If what you do stems from your values, those who deserve to be in your life will appreciate it. These are the people you should care about their opinions. For example, if you are a courageous person but your partner doesn't appreciate it, you have the wrong partner. Don't even for a single second think about changing. Will you really become worse in order to keep a human in your life who wants the lesser version of you? Wake up. Obviously, Cato the Younger, the most stoic of the Stoics, appreciated the fact that people saw him as Cato. But what mattered was that he was actually worthy of the title, that he lived a life, that he was a person worthy of that success, and that the people he appreciated had a great opinion about him. And this begins from how he saw himself. That starts from the character that he cultivated. When others criticized him for speaking too little inside the Senate, Cato looked down and laughed. Then he slowly raised his head and simply said, I begin to speak only when I'm certain what I'll say isn't better left unsaid. How powerful is that?